Hey everybody, Sketch Card Hive here, and today we're going to be opening a box of Eternals. So I recorded this and lost audio while I was recording, so I figured I'd do a little voiceover and just give you some of my impressions when opening this trading card set. This is actually something I've been anticipating for a while that I'm excited about when I first heard. I'm actually a huge fan of the movie. Those are the odds for the breaks and what you can get. And we'll talk a little bit more about what's the possibility of what you can pull, and talk about how what I pulled, which was really cool and very excited to have now in my collection. But Eternals, these movie sets are coming out from Upper Deck pretty quickly now. Upper Deck has had some problems with printing since the pandemic, but now they seem to be turning out product pretty frequently. And we've opened up annual, Eternal, Shang-Chi, and a few other movie sets, and Eternals is the next one. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of this film. It's actually one of my favorites in the MCU. I think the film is highly misunderstood and is thought of poorly for a lot of reasons that I think are very unjustified, actually. But looking at the card set, and we'll talk about the movie more as we go, they're just doing a fantastic job designing the packs, the boxes, and actually the cards as well. These are nice movie sets, collectible movie sets for hobbyists, people who could enjoy the movie, can enjoy these cards. Really love the foiling on these. They're spectacular. Shang-Chi was awesome as well, but this is very detailed. And share a lot of actual similar properties to Shang-Chi's too, and the card design. And this just has a blue design, and it's very galaxy, very cosmic, which I am a huge fan of and super biased of. But like any other movie set, we get various scenes. Pip the Troll, this is the first MCU card for Pip the Troll, which is pretty cool. Hopefully you see him in Allure. But this is a movie set in this kind of structure here. This is me fixing the light, try to get it just right so you can see the foiling effect. And there you go. You can see a little bit better how you can see those ridges, which work really well on the card. And this is our first film sale hit. There are autographs in the film sales. That's a green parallel for the card. You can see damage there, unfortunately. So some of these cards did come with damage. I got a pretty bad corner on one of them, and this is a pretty bad edge dent, which is unfortunate. But here's a film cell, and it's of one of the Celestials. Now, I'm going to be searching for a few things to get you better quality of the negative. So I finally was able to find something here and get you guys a little bit help on seeing the actual negative. In person is quite beautiful, and it is one of the Celestials, the Calculator, Nezar, I think is how you say it. I have to say I'm a huge fan of these characters. It's very cool to see Celestials finally make their appearance. Even though they've kind of been in the MCU quite a bit, but now we're getting a little bit of more backstory and understanding them. And if you've read the comic books, you understand their importance and how they're related to Galactus and other big celestial cosmic entities in the MCU or Marvel Comics in general. Just a really good array of actors and characters in this set, and I think a lot of these cards are highlighting them well. If you've seen some characters that are missing or autographs that are missing, it is not due to any oversight. It's actually due to the unfortunateness that some actors have rights over their own signatures and images. So they are not accompanied with the Marvel brand or Marvel Studios or Disney specifically, and that is registered in their contracts. So sometimes you might not see pictures of people like Anna Jolie in this set because, well, she doesn't license out her image under the Marvel banner, and has her own rights to it, and they were unable to obtain them. So that is why you don't get her image and so forth. So we're just looking through the cards. Some different inserts are in the cards, different character cards, and you have parallels as well. So you're seeing this blue, which is the base set, and you see that blue tinge. And you can see that in a light a little bit better. And then you're going to have these green parallels, and then you're going to have this silver parallel on top of that. The silver parallel is not numbered. The number to these cards would be on the back underneath that block of text above Marvel there. You would see a number there. We do get one which is a teal, and it definitely is a critique of the set because the teal is very hard to distinguish from the blue, unfortunately, and we'll see that come up a little bit later. But going back to the set and opening up these cards, you do have a chance for autographs, and there's some really cool autographs in here as well. Die cut cards, metal cards, and I think that rounds out the set. A lot of good selection of images. We do see some repeats, especially with that character who's just phenomenal in the film, but that character's image does repeat on another card, so we do see some limited image use here, but not often, which is nice. And again, these green parallels do really pop. I think an advice when trying to collect this set would maybe either to pick a color parallel, or you do, all three color parallels, which could be more heavy of a chase. You do have 1 of 1s, and you do have out of 10s and 15s, and some different choices here in terms of approaching those kind of colors of cards. And as we look through these cards, we'll notice a few differences here between the inserts and some of the various techniques they're using in edging with the design of these cards. For instance, here is one of these Immortals and Mortals cards, and they're beautifully designed, giving you that gold blue shimmer to them. And of course, this is the person who plays It, a pretty famous horror movie actor and actor in general. And this is one of the characters he played, and you can actually get one of his signatures in the pack as well. Another great signature you can get in this set, which I kind of realized a little bit later, was Kit Harington, which I believe I'm pronouncing his name correct. He is playing the Black Knight. He's also from Game of Thrones. This particular character is super vital to... I love that character, Gimmish. Super vital to the MCU, as he's going to be playing the Black Knight, which will be kind of a big character in terms of who he interacts with and who he'll kind of in the future become as a central figure, similar to Iron Man or Captain America, I'm assuming. And of course, we have characters like Blade, who will be someone he interacts with on a constant basis. And we're really looking at supernatural things at this point when we talk about Blade, Werewolf by Night, and we get into these characters that are kind of doing things outside of the science magic realm of the MCU that we're normally used to seeing here. Flashback cards, those are one of the die cuts. Those could be easily missed, so be sure to check it out there. Of course, I missed mine because the color on the thing doesn't change, just says flashback. There is another deviant section of cards, and they're silver, which is pretty cool. So you'll see those there as well. Now we'll fast forward here in a minute to get to the hit, but let's look at a few more cards. I think there were a few ones I wanted to show you that I thought were interesting. Again, we get one of those. I've gotten maybe 3 of those silvers in one box, and I get a green every pack. Now here, that last card there, if I'm not mistaken, that was the insert I missed, I believe. But we'll see that in a second as well. But let's go ahead and fast forward here. But before we do have some interesting packs here, and coming up to our hit, actually. Here in this pack, you're going to see one of the very first inserts for the Deviant. Now, this was the biggest damage by far on a single card, which was that corner, unfortunately. That was pretty much the only 2 cards I got damage on. Everything kind of had some edge wear on it, but not to any really noticeable thing. Probably the average grade out of cards in here are between 8 and 9. Some were very clean, but very few. This insert here is one of the Deviant inserts, and it has that silver metallic kind of texture to it, similar to the skin of the Deviants inside the movie as well. So now this pack here, which happened in the second column, right to left, last pack, for some reason, I don't know why I'm organizing here on this pack as if I knew, which I did not. I think I get my hit in this pack, and it's kind of a crazy thing. It's the first time I've hit any kind of insert of this nature, which I'm pretty excited about. Really wonderful character there, and you can see it kind of peeking out there. still unaware, just going through the emotions. And there it is. Kind of freaking out at this point. And this is out of 25. I've never gotten a dual auto before. And it's by two spectacular characters as well. So it's pretty great. The main character, Cersei's, and then of course Sprite, who is a fantastic character in this film. And beautiful signatures. Sticker, yes, but it is a dual out of 25. Difficult to get. Very cool to see. There's one of those inserts again, and then of course we get one of our green parallels. So I'm pretty excited at this point, as you can tell. And we are now in the home stretch. Just a very cool card. Very cool card. Yeah, awesome. And at this point, we will fast forward after taking a look at the back and seeing how the dual autos look. There's a lot of dual autos. There's a lot of good signatures in this series, so it's pretty fun. Let's go ahead and fast forward a bit. So now we're on a home stretch. We're going to go through here. Just talking about the set in general, I think overall it's a really fun set. I think these movie cards are actually beautifully designed. They have a lot of texture, which I think is a completely right move in the right direction. Very much enjoying seeing these cards being made with a lot of care, and it's really fun to see these sets finally come to light because we've known about them for like over a year. So it's really nice to have these experiences now and to see these cards in the flesh. But I had a very enjoyable experience. We're coming up on the last pack. And I have to say, this was a pretty awesome box, and I'm very happy to hit that dual auto there. At the end here, I'm going to have the sell sheets being shown on screen so we can go ahead and see, what were some of the offers there. You can also go to Cardboard Connection, Beckett, or anywhere of those sites and look up the checklist too. These are beautiful cards, great pieces. Very happy with my hit. Love my film cell, actually. Love that character. I have to see if it's an SP. There are some SP things in here. And here we go with a sell sheet. Tells you what you get in every pack, what you get your case hits as, your box hits is blank for some reason here. So that's pretty interesting. Probably an early sell sheet. You have black parallel cards, which I did not get any. You have purples, which are out of 15, which I did not get any. So we missed out on there. I'm just sorting in the background there. You have your gold autographs marked to 5, which is going to be pretty crazy. Some different inserts, your flashback high series cards, so there's some different parallels there. Those are the metal die cuts that I'm talking about on the lower right-hand corner. Film cells, there are some film cell autos, so just so you know. There's some different types of autos as well. And that's it. And I appreciate all of you sitting with me and coming down this journey and checking out some cards as I sort them and enjoy those effects. And I'm looking for hard numbers, and there we go. So there's the difference between the teal and the blue, which is almost impossible to see, but you can tell on the back of the card the hard number is the difference. Anyway, thanks everybody. Have a good one.